Wake up, everyone! It's time for the Kids Corner. And I have a feeling that Mr. Jacobs' radio is going to be switched on. And we'll all get to join our friends on the Kids Corner. There's sure to be programs, songs, and tons of fun. So get ready! There's no telling what kinds of adventure and lessons are in store on this week's Kids Corner. Well, here we go!
Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the brave Captain Fern Jacobs. My mission? To explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and civilization, to boldly go where no one has gone before. End Captain's log. Alright, now then, let's take a look at the space charts real quick. There we go. And update my status. Selfie time! Do people still do the duck face? Time is relative anyway. A message from the Coalition. I wonder what they want in this unexplored reach of space.
This is Captain Veronica of the Starship Artemis. Welcome to my quadrant.
Your quadrant?
Yes, I've been exploring this area of space for the last month. I made a ton of new discoveries and met all sort of great aliens.
New worlds and new civilizations.
Exactly. It was great. Why are you out here?
Oh, well, I was going to explore new worlds and, well, I guess I'm going to go somewhere else to do that.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. You know, I haven't explored over there. You can have that quadrant.
Oh, thanks!
Hey guys, what are you guys doing out here?
Well, we could ask you the same question.
Oh, I've been exploring this area of space for years now. See? I mapped out this quadrant 2 years ago, and I just discovered everything in that quadrant over there last week.
Wait, you've been here before I got here?
Yep, sorry.
So now what do I do?
What do you mean?
I was supposed to make all sorts of discoveries, but you already found them all!
Well, you could listen to this radio transmission I found.
What is it?
Just listen. I think you'll like it.
Okay, I've got some new trivia questions, Holly. Let's see if you know these.
I can hardly wait.
Okay, true or false? Saturn is the only planet with rings.
False.
Trick question, but which other ones have rings?
I don't think that counts as a trick question, Fern. More like a bonus question.
You're stalling.
All 4 of the gas giants have rings.
And their names?
Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus.
Hey Fern, Holly, what's going on?
Fern is trying to outdo me in space trivia.
It's really frustrating. Holly knows everything I do.
Well, that makes sense. Holly's older than you. She's taken more classes than you have, so she'll know more.
That's not fair.
That's life, I'm afraid.
Tell me about it.
You have a sister that knows more than you?
Not exactly. Is Mr. Jacobs here?
Uncle Lionel? Yeah, he should be out in a minute.
All right, I'll wait then.
Wait, do you have a question for him or something?
Not really. I was just gonna tell him that I won't be hanging out for a while.
Why? Are you going on a trip or something?
Sort of. I'm moving.
Really? Where?
Does it matter?
Well, you might be moving to where we live. We might be able to see you at school or something.
Well, that's a positive spin on things.
Aren't you excited?
Not really. I'm more mad at my dad.
Isn't it matter?
It's like he doesn't care about what I want. He just goes and says we have to move. It's really dumb.
Well, all I can say is that sounds like an Uncle Lionel question.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Want to listen to the radio until he gets here?
Sure. So, that's my problem, Mr. Jacobs. My dad is making us leave our house again for another one, and who knows how long we'll stay there.
I see. Well, it sounds like he's got a lot going on.
Yeah, wait. You're worried about him? What about me?
Oh, I'm sure it's hard for you too, Veronica, but I don't think your dad wants to move.
How would you know?
You'd be surprised how stressful moving is. I don't think any grown-up likes it any more than you do.
You wouldn't know it when you saw how much they do.
Perhaps. But even when they do something that doesn't make a lot of sense, we still need to treat our parents with respect.
But why?
Oh, for a few reasons. For one thing, your parents have lived longer than you.
That's pretty obvious, Uncle Lionel.
I thought you and Fern were reading about space, Holly.
This is more interesting.
Where was I?
Parents are older than us.
Right. And because they're older, they've gone through a lot more than their kids have. They know how to do things you guys have never even heard of. There's a lot of things they can teach you if you respect them enough to listen to them, like it says in Deuteronomy 32:7.
All right, so they have good advice. But is that the only reason why I'm supposed to respect them?
No. The second and probably most important reason is that God tells us to.
Really? Which verse says that?
Oh, there's a lot of them. And they aren't all talking about just respecting your parents, but respecting everyone who is older than you.
Everyone?
That's right. God has a special place in his heart for older people. In Proverbs 16 and 17, God tells us that gray hairs are the crowns that God has given people who have lived long to show that they are loved and are special.
Wow! I never thought of gray hairs as a crown. Evidently, neither has my mom.
She's not the only one who doesn't want to look old. And to be honest, old age has its difficulties. But that's why I think God says to treat them well and with respect. He loves them a lot. And to take care of them is to show God that you love him, like it says in Matthew 25.
That's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Well, while you think, I'm going to listen to the radio. If you don't mind, that is.
Oh, no, go ahead. Uncle Lionel,
Yes, Holly?
I just had a thought, and I was wondering if you could clear it up for me?
Sounds serious.
Yeah, like super mysterious or something.
Well, what's your question, Holly?
It's the whole respect older people thing. A lot of people that are old aren't the best kind of people.
What do you mean, Holly?
They can be rude, mean, tell lies, steal, just like anybody else. So why should we respect them?
Interesting question. I don't have a better answer than the one I already gave you today.
Because God tells us to.
That's a pretty cheap answer.
It's the only reason needed to make it important, Fern. However, I can tell you something that might help it make more sense.
What's that?
Just that respecting people doesn't always mean that we're supposed to be like them.
What do you mean?
In Matthew 23, Jesus tells his followers to respect the people who taught God's law because they were put in charge by God. But he goes on to say that we should not act like those people because they were not following God's laws. Jesus tells us that we need to obey his teachings and to be good examples to everyone, including those who are in charge, but are not living for God. By our example and encouraging others to live for God, we're helping them, like it says in 1 Timothy 5:1.
Interesting. So, by living for God, we can help teach people older than us?
It's very possible.
Well, I'm still kind of upset that we're leaving, but I guess I can respect my dad enough not to get too angry at him. Besides, if he hadn't moved our family here, I'd never have met you guys.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you, Veronica.
Yeah. Miss you too, Fern.
Just remember, if you're in the neighborhood again, you're always welcome.
Thanks. See you later.
Bye.
You know what, Uncle Lionel?
What's that, Fern?
I don't like saying goodbye.
Me either. But, it's all part of growing up.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see her again?
I'm sure we will.
I'm with Holly on that one. Are we done listening to the radio?
Yeah, I'll turn it off.